All right. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal night, day, wherever you are. Okay. Do understand it is going to get better once your perception gets better. If you are new to my channel, my name is Zena Bryant. I do these inspirational videos, honey. And today we are pretty much talking about unhappiness and sickness. Okay. And I'm reading from the book, The Prosperity Bible. Okay, and I've been raving about this book for a while now because it has so many great authors in there like Napoleon Hill, Benjamin Franklin, James Allen, Wallace Wattles, Ernest Holmes, Florence Shen, and many others. Okay, and the part I'm reading, so this is a book that's made up of many books. Okay, it has the Game of Life in there. It has the Master Key, Think and Grow Rich, Prosperity Bible. It has so many great books in this one book. So I was here reading and I said, oh my goodness, let me do a video on this. Okay. And it says, hey Tracy, PCA, baby, PCA, PCA. So it says, it is safe to say that all sickness and unhappiness come from the violation of the law of love. A new commandment I give unto you. Love one another, and in the game of life, love or goodwill takes every trick. For example, and one of the things that I really love about this book, especially the game of life, because it gives so many real life examples, okay, of the people that may have been going through things, and they talk about, some of the things whereas though people had certain belief systems and was creating a life that they did not like, okay? And some of the people, like, let me see, Wallace Wallers, okay, who had a student, and this student was like really, really poor. Okay, the student was living paycheck to paycheck. And Wallace Wallers, The Science of Getting Rich, had told his student to do this one thing, like go around the house, go around your apartment, and just see the things that you want in your apartment. Don't worry about where it's gonna come from. Just visualize you having those things. And the student at first was like, he didn't know how he was gonna get those things because he was so poor. And not only was he poor, he was living paycheck to paycheck. He barely had anything. And then a few months, the student had like this stove because he wanted a stove like to heat up his apartment. And he had like this fancy rug that he wanted in his home and stuff like that. And then later on, what that student did was he got so much control over his mind, over his thoughts, because that's really what it is. He was able to control his thoughts so well. Hey Isabella, peace here, baby, peace here, peace here. He was able to control his thoughts so well that he was able to manifest the things that he desired. And that is the most important thing to manifestation. You want to be able to, one of the things you want to let go. Okay, those belief systems that you have that is causing you to feel like you cannot accomplish the things that you say you want to accomplish. Hey Terry, peace here, baby, peace here, peace here. You have to let go of that stuff, because if you don't, it's going to stagnate you. And the things that you say you desire is not that they don't want to go to you, right? The house, the cars, the money, the relationships, but you are pushing them away. And the reason, the way you are pushing them away is because of doubt. You don't believe it. Like, you believe it's too good to be true, to live a better life. You believe that, you got to work extremely hard. You believe that, because of your skin color. These are some of the, things that I had to go through, right? But all these different scenarios, you believe you don't deserve it because where you grew up at. None of those things has anything to do with anything, okay? Your spirit made a contract to come here. Now, I know some people may not believe that, but that's neither here nor there, okay? The truth of the matter, you are here for a reason. and you are here for a purpose. So to think that you're just here, just oh, you just was created just for nothing. You do you really believe you was just created to work a job? Like I don't. Before I had my spiritual awakening, I knew something was off. Like, and before, and that was like when I say spiritual awakening, right? Just a little enlightenment, okay. But I knew something was off. I knew. I used to say this, and some of you guys, um. Oh, Miss Harden, peace to you, baby, peace to you, peace to you. I thought about you. I thought about you earlier. So I used to say this because I knew some things just was not right. They did not make sense. It felt like, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but you ever went to a town and you like, well, after this town, I wonder what's the next town. And I wonder what's the next town after that. Like, you ever ask those questions? I don't know. But those were some of the things, like, I would ask, like, I wonder what's after this. You know I didn't come here just for this, to work and pay bills. I knew it was something off. And the more I kept on saying it, and I would always have these epiphanies in the bathroom, I knew something was off. And then from me keep on seeking, basically that's what I was doing. I didn't even know. I didn't even know I was seeking. But from me keep on saying it, like, I know I didn't come here for this. I know I came here for something different. I know I didn't even say something different. I just kept saying, I know I didn't come here for this. And that this was working and paying bills. And then on the weekend going out, whatever, Fridays getting paid. And I never really went out like that, like clubbing and stuff like that. I would go here and there. But I was more so a foodie person. You know, I love to go into the restaurants, okay? A new restaurant, okay? That was my thing. And buying clothes and stuff like that. That was my thing, okay? But yeah, those were some of the things, like, I knew it just didn't make sense to me, okay? And then from me keep on saying it and keep on seeking, and then it's like the universe revealed itself, like, yeah, this is really what you came here for, right? To teach. And if somebody would have said to teach, I would have, a few years ago, I would have never believed it because I didn't think I was qualified. And some of you guys, you think that you're not qualified. And you know what makes you qualified? Your experience makes you qualified. You do not have to have it all figured out. Some people feel intimidated because they see somebody that has a degree in that field or whatever. And then you say, oh, well, this person has a degree. You know, they more qualified. Source said you was qualified. Source gave you the qualifications. So why are you being intimidated by somebody who has a degree that went to school and read books? And I'm not knocking school, okay? Because I went to school. I went to college. I graduated from college. It's funny because the thing I went to school with, I'm not even doing criminal justice, okay? But one of the things that you have to understand is you're qualified. Okay, Source said you was qualified. The thing that you're so passionate about, and education, it does not mean go to school and read the books. Education actually means educo, is Latin, to draw without. Whatever you have within you to bring forth, to bring it out. And that's exactly what it means. Okay, so without further ado, let's get to the book. Okay. So a woman, all right, for example, a woman I knew had for years an experience of a terrible skin disease. The doctor told her it was incurable and she was in despair. She was on a stage and she feared she would soon have to give up her profession and she had no other means of support. She, however, procured a good engagement and on the opening night made a great hit. She received flattering notices from the critics and was joyful and elated. The next day she received a notice of dismissal. A man in the cast had been jealous of her success and had caused her to be sent away. She felt hatred and resentment taking complete possession of her, and she cried out, "Oh God, don't let me hate that man." That night, she worked for hours in the silence. She said, I soon came into a very deep silence. I seemed to be at peace with myself, with the man, and with the whole world. I continued this for 2 following nights, and on the third day, I found I was healed completely of the skin disease. So she had like this skin disease. 1 second, family. Okay. So she had this real bad skin disease, rheumatism. Okay, and that's basically inflammation and a pain in the joint. Honey, I had to write this stuff down. Okay, I had to look at. I said, "What?" Okay, I had to write it down. Okay, so she had rheumatism. Okay, oh shoot, and basically that's just inflammation, arthritis. Okay, inflammation. Okay, let me see. She felt hatred and resentment taking complete possession of her, and she cried out, "Oh God, don't let me hate that man." That night, she worked for hours in silence. She said, I soon came into a very deep silence. I seemed to be at peace with myself and with the man and with the whole world. I continued this for 2 following nights, and on the third day, I know I'm rereading this. The day I found I was healed completely of the skin disease. I'm asking for love or goodwill. She had fulfilled the law. For love is the fulfilling of the law. Okay. And when I'm talking about laws, I'm not talking about man made laws. I'm talking about laws of the universe. Okay. And the disease which came from subconscious resentment was wiped out. Criticism produces rheumatism, as critical, inharmonious thoughts cause unnatural deposits in the blood, which settle in the joints. Forced growths are caused by jealousy, hatred, unforgiveness, fear, etc. Every disease is caused by a mind not at ease. Ooh, child. I said once in my class, there is no use asking anyone what's the matter with you. We might just as well say, who's the matter with you? So instead of her, and this is Florence Shen. She the one who wrote The Game of Life and How to Play It. So one of the things she pretty much saying is disease is caused in the mind. And that's crazy because the other day I was listening to Bob Proctor and he was talking about depression. Okay, I'm not a psychologist, none of that. Not a therapist or anything like that. But when I listened to Bob Proctor, one of the things he said was the thing that causes depression is because is hatred, is anger turned on, like you angry at somebody else, but you are inflicting it on yourself. Instead of talking about it or expressing how you feel, you just suppress it. And that's why and you just and so you just, instead of you expressing how you feel, you just get real upset and you inflict the pain on yourself. Okay. So if there's a person that experienced depression, I told you guys, my experience and stuff like that. One of the things, and this is another important thing, okay, and I feel a need to say this because I think sometimes we feel that, if I eat so healthy and stuff like that, like everything starts with the mind. Okay. And some may say, well, the food, but everything starts with the mind. If your mind ain't good, you're not gonna be good. So everything starts with the mind. And the reason I say that is because I remember when I first started plant-based, okay? And I remember like I was eating healthy, right? But because I didn't change, like sometimes, this is the thing, sometimes you may feel like, well, I'm going to do something better to improve my life, but I'm going to still keep the people around me that's interrupting, that I'm allowing to interrupt my life. Say it again, Dina. Come on, say it again, girl, because it sounds so good, okay? Sometimes you may feel like, well, I am going to improve my life by doing this thing because perhaps you don't want to address You don't want to address the elephant in the room, okay? And that elephant in the room, it could be your mama, it could be your grandmama, it could be your daddy, it could be anybody, okay? And because you are afraid to address that, you may want to do something else different because you like, oh well, it's easier to fix this, right? It's easier to, to eat healthier as opposed to, tell my mother, I had boundaries, right? Or tell my father that, that I had boundaries. So sometimes you have to look at your life and understand that everything is interconnected. Okay, is mind, body, soul. So is all three holistic healing. It's not just one, is everything. And that was some of the things that I didn't understand early on, because I would say, all right, well, I'm eating healthy, but I'm still going through this, right? I'm still experiencing certain things and certain people. And that was because I was not confronting things. I was not saying exactly how I felt. I was a little afraid to speak up because, didn't want to have the bad luck and stuff. So I would let things ride, or I would let things go on, and I would be, I wouldn't say too much. And that's the thing, because when you don't say too much, and all of that stems from childhood, because perhaps you may say, I don't like confrontation, and that comes from your childhood, because probably before you probably would speak up and say something, and honey, it was like World War 30 out here, okay? All right. And because of that, now you keep silent. You won't say anything, right? Like, you just allow people to say whatever it is that they want to say. But that does not work, and it does not help you. And your life is going to be a life of misery. If you have people in your life that are negative, okay? If you have people in your life that is constantly, saying stuff, and you feel a certain type of way, like, they may say whatever to you, and you feel, you feel upset, but you don't say anything, that also causes anxiety. Anxiety is fear. Okay? And one of the things I remember Bob Proctor said, he said, faith and fear are both two things that you cannot see. You cannot see faith and you cannot see fear. But fear is ignorance. Faith is knowledge. And so you have to start looking at your life and start understanding that you are worthy of more. You are deserving of more. But you have to start, whatever it is that you have within you, any resentment, hatred, or whatever. One of the things that I would say is I would write a letter. Okay. I'm always writing. This book. All right. So I told you guys to go get a notebook, right? And I just brought this notebook. This book is done. Okay. Like, this book is done. Okay. I finished this book today. And thank goodness I have another goal journal. Never mind the grease marks. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, so write a letter, write a letter to yourself, or write a letter to the person or whatever, and everything that you feel, put it in that letter, and then you could burn the letter, okay? Because that's energy you releasing, that's energy you letting go, okay? Now you could burn it or rip it up, okay? And then toss it, okay? But make sure you take it out of the house, all right? So that being said, I mean, not if you burn it. If you burn it, of course, it's going to be ashes, okay? I just feel the need sometimes to say some of these things because I don't know who be watching these videos, okay? All right? So make sure you guys get the book, okay? And let me just read this because this what stands out. Man's only enemies are within himself, okay? And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. Personality is one of the last enemies to be overcome. As this planet is taking its initiation in love, it was Christ's message, peace on earth, goodwill towards men, the enlightened man. Therefore, endeavors to perfect himself. Some of the words in here, some of the words in here, I know, because this was written way back then, okay? Perfect, peace on earth, goodwill towards men, okay? So basically, it's saying, and it reminds me of the African proverb, right? If there's no enemy within, there's no enemy outside that can do harm. If there's no enemy within, the enemy outside could do no harm. Okay, and that's true. So everything, it goes all the way back to perception. Okay, if you feel like this person is taking something from you, you got to understand nobody could ever take anything from you. That whatever is meant for you is meant for you. And I know sometimes, it may seem a certain type of way, but no one can ever take anything away from you that's meant for you. Okay. And so, with that being said, make sure you guys get this book. Okay. And it's funny because I had this book for a minute and I would just have it on the shelf. And it's so funny how the universe sends synchronicities just to speak to you. I heard, what is his name? Yusuf Al, who talks about consumer law, and he talks about metaphysics. Okay. And I remember I was listening to him one day and he was like, what made his income change? Because he was like, I think at the age of 23, 24, he just wanted to earn, I believe it was $2,000 a week. And that was way back then. Okay. Way back in the day. And he said he seen this dope boy who was, in the area, who lived in the area. And he said this dope boy had this beautiful car. It was like all hooked up, he was like, you could tell that he put money into this car. And Yusuf Al was like, what he did was, because he just was like, because he grew up, okay, like with the poverty mindset, okay? And that's another thing. If you don't change your mindset around money and start understanding that money is energy, money is merely paper, okay? If you don't change your mindset around it, the money that you tend to want to make, it probably pass you. Remember what I said, you got to let go. You got to let go those belief systems. Money don't grow on trees. Money is the root of all evil. You got to work so hard for the money. Even that song, work hard for the money, all those different things. You got to get rid of those concepts and those beliefs. You got to let them go because they're not true. Okay. There's people that make millions of dollars and they're not working hard. They doing the thing that they absolutely love. They wake up excited about life. They wake up doing the thing that they enjoy to do. It doesn't feel like work. It actually feels like a hobby to them. Okay. I was listening to Kevin Tredone, who was saying like all his success friends, what they do is they do exactly what they love to do. They don't work hard. Like people have been saying you have to do. Okay. All of that is really a belief system. Okay, Miss Harden, peace here, baby. Peace here, peace here, peace here. So yeah, all of that is a belief system. And make sure you guys get the book and read the book, okay? Even if you read like a little passage each and every day, because you want to start changing your mindset. And that's really, my purpose of doing videos and stuff like that, to let you know that there's a better way. The way that you've been thinking to do things is not the way, right? And paradigms, belief systems, our belief systems, our belief systems, the habits that we tend to do on a day in and day out basis. I want you to know you are capable of more. Oh, and before I go, okay, goals. I can't stress enough about the goals, okay? Oh gosh. Listen, okay, I'm almost monetized with the 4,000 watch hours, okay? I told you guys I'm monetized with the 3,000 watch hours, and the 500, where so you guys could send me super chats. Okay, honey, you can send me some super chats now. Okay, but I'm also almost monetized with the 4,000 watch hours. I think I have like 700 watch hours left or something like that. I'm extremely excited. And all of it came from no excuses, goals, no excuses, and being disciplined and being consistent. Consistency, showing up each and every day. And I believe in you. And I know that you are capable of doing the thing that you absolutely love and doing the thing that you passionate about. Okay? I know you can do it, because if I can do it, you can do it. Because we all have the same exact hours in a day, and we all have the same exact potential. No one is being shortchanged over here, okay, from the universe. You may shortchange yourself, but we all have the same exact potential within us. And so if I can do it, damn it, I know you can do it. All right, show up for yourself. Okay, believe in yourself. I believe in you, friend. I believe in me. And with that being said, I catch you guys on the next one. Peace.